From a doll that secretly whispers to a puppet that tried to choke its own owner, here are 20 creepy tales that will make you rethink ever owning a doll again. First, we have Amanda the doll, a peculiar bisque-headed figure with a haunting reputation that stretches back over a century. Created by Heinrich Hardreck in 1884, Amanda's distinctive face became a hallmark of the Simon Halbig Company, which produced many dolls in her likeness. But what about this doll makes her so infamous? In 2003, Amanda found herself on eBay, sparking a series of eerie events that continue to perplex and unsettle. Repeatedly auctioned due to mysterious occurrences, Amanda's owners consistently cited unsettling experiences, though the details were often vague. Why did these incidents follow her from home to home? One woman's account sheds light on Amanda's sinister presence. Unable to shake thoughts of the doll, she confided in it, unaware of the chilling nightmares that would ensue. She knew who to listen to. She liked to listen to me, the woman recounted, hinting at a bond that transcended the ordinary. Amanda's unsettling influence extended beyond dreams. Reports surfaced of inexplicable scratches and chilling cold spots in her presence. When paranormal investigator Reggie Jacobs examined her, he sensed a malevolent force.
You really understand. I love you more than bunnies.
Next, we have Caroline, a doll with a story straight out of Salem, Massachusetts, a place known for its eerie history. But what about Caroline makes her more than just a relic of the past? Purchased from an antique shop in Salem, Caroline isn't your average doll. Reportedly inhabited by not one, but 3 spirits vying for control, she's been a subject of fascination for paranormal investigators. Who are these spirits, and why are they drawn to this doll? Caroline's history is as mysterious as her reputed hauntings. Passed from owner to owner, each caretaker has attested to her mischievous antics. Objects moved, whispers heard when held close. Think of the surprise of one owner who claimed Caroline whispered, "Make it you," a phrase interpreted as a blessing. Despite her spectral residence, Caroline isn't known for malice. Her playful nature extends to hiding books and even placing unexpected items like candles in ovens. It's almost as if she enjoys keeping her owners on their toes. Caroline's whereabouts remain a mystery since her last investigation in 2004. Following the passing of her last known owner in 2006, interest in her paranormal activities waned. Is she still out there, quietly waiting to make her presence known once more?
That's and it's funny because the Aussies pick up straight away that we know Aussies, but the Americans, not so much John, but me.
Moving on, we have Robert the Doll, a mysterious figure steeped in tales of the supernatural from Key West, Florida. But what about this doll makes it more than just a tourist attraction? Originally owned by Robert Eugene Otto, an eccentric artist with roots in Key West, Robert the Doll has a history shrouded in mystery. Who was Robert Eugene Otto, and how did this doll come to possess such a sinister reputation? Manufactured by the Steiff Company of Germany in 1904, Robert was gifted to young Otto by his grandfather. Clad in a sailor suit, likely modeled after Otto's childhood attire, the doll remained in the Otto family home on Eaton Street while Otto pursued his artistic studies abroad. Legend has it that Robert the Doll possesses supernatural abilities, moving objects, changing facial expressions, and even emitting eerie giggles. Stories vary. Some claim a young girl of Bahamian descent gifted the doll, while others suggest it was a form of retaliation against Otto. Robert's influence allegedly extended beyond mere tricks. Local folklore links misfortunes, like car accidents, job losses, and even divorces to those who disrespected Robert. Museum visitors supposedly face post-visit misfortunes from failing to show proper respect. Could Robert the doll wield powers beyond our understanding? Since its donation to the East Martello Museum in 1994, Robert continues to captivate and unsettle tourists. Annually rotated to different exhibits, Robert remains a fixture of curiosity and fear in Key West. Where does the truth end and the legend begin with this haunted doll? Now, whether you believe in its supernatural powers or not, Robert's story continues to intrigue, offering a glimpse into a world where dolls may harbor secrets darker than their porcelain smiles suggest.
Would you like to show us your doll?
Meet Letta Me Out. Not your average doll, but a haunted Australian marionette that has stirred tales of the supernatural for over 4 decades. Discovered beneath a house in Wagga Wagga 46 years ago, this doll, named for its alleged European gypsy heritage, has become a centerpiece of eerie occurrences in Kerry Walton's home in Warwick, QLD. Letta Me Out's story begins with Kerry Walton, who claims the doll not only emits unsettling screams, but also moves inexplicably. Walton, maintaining a nonchalant demeanor, recounts incidents where household objects shift overnight and the doll itself relocates, sometimes in the plain view of guests. He even notes peculiar scruff marks around his home, attributed to the doll's nocturnal wanderings. But what about the origins of Letta Me Out's name? Legend has it that Walton dubbed the doll either Letta or Letta due to its supposed gypsy roots, or perhaps it occasionally utters the phrase, "Letta me out." This eerie vocalization adds to the doll's mystique, echoing through the halls of Walton's residence like a spectral plea. Interestingly, Letta Me Out's presence isn't confined to mere auditory disturbances. During a psychic's interview, a clock mysteriously fell, and the doll allegedly moved on its own, leaving an indelible impression on those present. Walton himself speculates that the doll's spirit may belong to a child who tragically drowned, a theory supported by chilling incidents during paranormal investigations. So, how was your day, mate? Did you encounter any supernatural encounters akin to Letta Me Out's escapades? Kerry Walton's casual acceptance of these occurrences, from inexplicable movements to eerie vocalizations, paints a picture of a man living with the unexplained in his midst. Letta Me Out's saga continues to fascinate, offering a glimpse into a world where the lines between the living and the spectral blur. For Kerry Walton, the presence of this haunted doll serves as a daily reminder that some mysteries defy explanation, lingering in the shadows of ordinary life. Moving on to Elmo, not your typical Sesame Street character these days. This isn't about him teaching ABCs or giggling with toddlers. Instead, a Lithia family got more than they bargained for when their Elmo doll started making chilling threats. So, what went wrong with Elmo? Imagine installing fresh batteries in a beloved toy, only to hear it singing, "Kill James," instead of its usual cheerful phrases. Shocking, right? Melissa Bauman, mother of 2-year-old James, certainly didn't expect her son's favorite doll to turn sinister. "It's not something that you would really think would ever come out of a toy," she lamented. The Elmo Knows Your Name doll, which connects to a computer to learn phrases, went haywire shortly after a battery charge. Within an hour, James was mimicking the doll's alarming statements, prompting the doll to be kept out of his reach, despite being his absolute favorite. Now think of dealing with a toddler who's trying to scale counters just to get back his beloved Elmo doll, slippers and all. It's not just a hassle, it's a comedy of errors in parenting. Fisher-Price, the toy manufacturer, quickly stepped in with a voucher for a replacement doll and promised to investigate the malfunction. They assured the Baumans that they would examine James's specific Elmo to pinpoint the source of the problem and to ensure other Elmo dolls weren't harboring similar surprises.
Nanny's come through already. This is our son.
Next, we delve into the eerie world of devil baby dolls, each with a chilling tale to tell. In the heart of New Orleans folklore lies a sinister legend, the Devil Baby of Bourbon Street. The tale begins with a dark twist of adoption by voodoo queen Marie Laveau, who allegedly christened the child alongside Madame Lalaurie. Legend suggests the Devil Baby roamed the French Quarter, casting shadows and stirring fear. Some speculate its bones rest in eternal slumber with Marie Laveau herself. Centuries ago, crude gourd carvings adorned windows, warding off the Devil Baby from Creole cottages. These eerie effigies, complete with horns and a knotted tail, were tools of protection or hexes, depending on who you ask. Marie Laveau disapproved, claiming they trivialized the baby's afflictions. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and more sophisticated versions emerged. These dolls, closed and eerily lifelike, stood on their own, their glassy-eyed faces echoing the rumored appearance of the actual Devil Baby. Tales of curses and ill fortune followed these black market treasures, testaments to their supposed supernatural origins. Recent years saw artist Riccardo Pustanio resurrecting the legend. Using remnants of the last known Devil Baby doll, he meticulously recreated these eerie figures. Yet, despite his intentions, the dolls seemed to take on a life of their own. Witnesses reported unsettling phenomena, dolls moving on their own, whispered conversations among them, and inexplicable disruptions in their presence. One of Pustanio's acquaintances found the doll in a different position every evening, despite locking it away. Another couple experienced nocturnal mischief, blaming the doll for overturned items and mysterious bead scatterings. Even psychic Sylvia Cross, renowned for investigations into possessed objects, sensed an ominous presence emanating from her Devil Baby doll. Cross's observations sparked debate. Were Pustanio's creations merely art, or did they harbor something more sinister? Some attributed their unsettling behavior to a dark, trapped soul, while others whispered of diabolical influence. Regardless, the dolls garnered intense interest, changing hands and unsettling new owners across online auctions. When questioned about the haunting rumors, Pustanio remained nonchalant, citing childhood tales of haunted objects within his family. Yet, as demand for his Devil Baby doll surged, each bespoke creation continued to intrigue collectors fascinated by the macabre. From tales of eerie movements to unexplained sounds, the Devil Baby dolls of Riccardo Pustanio weave a chilling narrative of art, legend, and the uncanny. Whether haunted or merely steeped in folklore, their presence in New Orleans continues to blur the lines between myth and reality. Nestled in the lush forests of Pulau Ubin, an island off Singapore's northwest coast, stands a peculiar shrine with a chilling secret, a haunted Barbie doll. But how did this innocuous toy become intertwined with the island's folklore? In its heyday, Pulau Ubin buzzed with activity, its granite quarries and plantations teeming with life. Today, only a handful of residents remain, but one presence endures, a German girl whose tragic tale captivates visitors and locals alike. Abandoned amidst World War I tensions, the girl's fate took a grim turn when British forces detained her family, forcing her into hiding in the island's dense forests. Days turned into weeks, as search efforts yielded no sign of her. Eventually discovered by Bayonese plantation workers, her body lay nestled among the island's unforgiving cliffs, covered in ants. In a somber ceremony, she was laid to rest overlooking the quarry, her grave marked by a modest urn and scattered offerings. Decades later, a Chinese Taoist temple, Berlin Sanctuary, would be erected on the site, housing relics from her grave. It was here that the legend of the German girl, now revered as Na Dugu Nyang, or Daduk Maiden, took root. The shrine became a beacon of luck for gamblers seeking fortune, drawing visitors from Singapore and Malaysia. Among the trinkets and tributes, one item stands out: a haunted Barbie doll nestled with an ornate box. Legend has it that the girl herself requested this doll from beyond the grave, a poignant reminder of her lost childhood. Today, offerings of makeup, perfume, and mirrors adorn her altar, symbolizing a tribute to her enduring spirit. The doll's origins trace back to an islander's peculiar dream in 2007, a recurring vision of a European girl guiding him to a specific stone and a particular Barbie doll. Moved by the dream, he sourced the exact doll and brought it to the shrine, where it resides to this day. Since then, the haunted Barbie doll has woven its own mystique, attracting trails of inexplicable occurrences and whispered encounters. Yet, skepticism persists. Historians like Dr. William L. Gibson have scrutinized the legend, uncovering discrepancies in accounts and challenging its authenticity. Accounts from locals, including Chia Yang Keng, who witnessed the transfer of relics to the temple, vary over time, adding layers of uncertainty to the tale. But what about the haunted doll that evokes sorrow and nausea in those who hold her? Imagine holding a doll that sends shivers down your spine, not from fear, but from an inexplicable sense of sadness and sickness. Ruby, the haunted porcelain doll, with her innocent blue eyes and golden locks, hides a chilling secret that has unnerved generations. From her origins in early 1900s southern Ontario, Canada, Ruby belonged to a young girl who tragically passed away while cradling the doll in her arms. Since then, Ruby's presence has been anything but benign. Reports from her original family speak of Ruby moving between rooms on her own accord, a phenomenon that left them unsettled and unwilling to play with her. Attempts to remove Ruby from her haunting spirit proved futile. Even consulting a psychic medium couldn't quell the strange occurrences surrounding the doll. Instead, Ruby continued to mystify, reappearing in different places and emitting eerie sounds that defied explanation. Eventually, Ruby found her way to the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult, a collection of enigmatic and haunted artifacts curated by Greg Newkirk and Dana Matthews. Here, she continues to intrigue visitors who report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness in her presence, alongside a strange maternal instinct to comfort her.
Attached to its body. Resembles a voodoo doll. I don't believe in this, but...
Have you ever encountered an object so unsettling that it seems to have a life of its own? Meet the voodoo zombie doll, a sinister creation that originated in New Orleans and found its way into the hands of a woman in Galveston, Texas in 2004. Originally sold through eBay with a warning label of being very active and almost alive, this doll arrived in a sealed metal box accompanied by strict instructions never to remove it from its silver casing. Ignoring this crucial advice proved disastrous for its new owner, who, out of curiosity or disbelief, dared to unveil the doll. A real big mistake, she recalls with palpable fear. From that moment, the doll unleashed a series of terrifying events, including physical attacks on its owner. Desperate to escape its malevolent influence, she attempted to destroy it by fire and even tried to cut it apart, only to find her efforts thwarted as the knife and scissors inexplicably broke. Resorting to burying the doll in a cemetery seemed to offer a fleeting reprieve, but to her horror, it resurfaced, dirty and ominous, on her doorstep shortly after. Even attempts to resell it proved futile. Each time it returned, seemingly unscathed, much to the dismay of subsequent buyers. This harrowing tale spread fear and disbelief, yet the doll's relentless return defied logical explanation. Faced with the eerie presence of the doll, the owner reached out to paranormal experts, radio stations, and even sought the intervention of a priest. Despite efforts to contain its supernatural presence, the doll remained a haunting presence in her life. Locked away in her attic, hidden from view, the doll serves as a chilling reminder of its inexplicable powers. Offers to take it off her hands have come and gone, but no one dares to confront the cursed doll's ominous reputation. While skeptics dismiss her claims, she remains steadfast in her belief that the doll is truly haunted, a belief reinforced by the inexplicable occurrences she experienced firsthand. We've already completed half of this list, but there are still plenty of creepy dolls left to cover. So before we dive into the rest, remember to hit that subscribe button below for more such videos.
6th floor. Paranormal activity theorists were quick to link these two incidents, saying,
Next, we have a mystery that gripped locals and even went viral even after years of its occurrence. Imagine walking down a bustling street and spotting an antique doll, its eyes covered with a cloth bearing cryptic Arabic writing. No one around claims ownership, leaving bystanders bewildered and curious about its origin. So what happened to this unsettling doll? The online community quickly dissected its enigmatic features and speculated on its purpose. The Arabic inscription, translated as Bismillah, sparked theories ranging from attempts to contain a malevolent force to safeguarding against curses and jinn. Unveiling the doll's eyes became a contentious decision. Some believe it unleashed unhappiness and misfortune upon those who dared to tamper with it. Reports circulated of the doll moving on its own when unobserved, whispering in Malay like an adult woman, and even turning its head without explanation. But that's not all. The doll's presence coincided with eerie incidents, a nearby suicide, and a shocking murder case on the same day. Next, we have a remarkable story that echoes through the annals of American history. Think of embarking on a journey across rugged terrain, seeking a new life in California during the 1840s. This was the daunting quest of the Donner Party, including the resilient Reed family and their young daughter Patty. The Reed family set out with high hopes and ample provisions in their palace car, a lavish wagon laden with essentials and luxuries for the arduous journey. Alongside them traveled 8-year-old Patty, clutching tightly to her cherished doll Dolly, a gift from her grandmother, Sarah Keyes. As their journey progressed, misfortune struck. Disagreements within the party and ill-advised shortcuts led them into the unforgiving Sierra Nevada mountains, where they faced bitter cold and deep snows. Trapped less than 100 miles from their destination, the group endured unimaginable hardships, with only a fraction surviving. Rescue efforts began in early 1847, bringing hope to the beleaguered survivors. Patty and her brother Tommy, deemed too weak to travel, awaited rescue, clinging to hope amidst the perilous conditions. Miraculously, Patty and her family emerged from the ordeal intact, with Dolly tucked safely away throughout the ordeal, a constant source of comfort during their darkest hours.
Are you the one who started the fire? If the answer is yes, please turn the flashlight on for me. Okay, thank you.
Moving on to the eerie tale of Harold, the haunted doll that has captured the imaginations of many. Harold, often referred to as Haunted Harold, holds the dubious distinction of being the first doll ever sold on eBay. This doll, with its unsettling backstory, has become a modern legend in the world of collectibles. Originally purchased at a small flea market in Webster, Florida, Harold quickly gained notoriety, due to the strange and tragic events that seemed to follow those who possessed it. The seller's account on eBay paints a chilling picture. A doll purchased innocently enough for $20, only to unleash a series of inexplicable occurrences upon its owner. The doll's previous owner, an elderly man, warned of its eerie presence, recounting paranormal activities that plagued his household after the doll entered their lives. From unexplained sounds of crying and singing to tragic deaths and chronic illnesses, Harold seemed to bring misfortune wherever he went. Despite warnings and tales of its cursed nature, Harold garnered immense attention online, attracting bids upwards of $700. However, both the original winner and subsequent owners faced unsettling experiences, prompting them to resell the doll out of fear or desperation. The doll's unsettling appearances, such as being found smiling in a chair when no one was around, added to its mystique and terror. Next, let's dive into this creepy story about a haunted puppet that's giving us major goosebumps. The puppet's former owner, known only as John, inherited it from his late father. He believes spirits latched onto the doll, reminiscent of the infamous Annabelle from The Conjuring. One eerie night, John woke up feeling like he was being choked, a terrifying encounter he attributes to these spirits. Describing the unsettling experience to the Daily Mail, John recounted how he kept the puppet by his bedside after clearing out his dad's belongings. Suddenly, he felt a tightening in his throat, with shadows moving ominously nearby. Feeling like something was trying to scare him, John's ordeal left him shaken. Following this chilling incident, John entrusted the doll to a paranormal investigator, Jane Harris, in Stourbridge, West Midlands. Harris, with 17 years of experience in haunted objects, placed the puppet in a sealed glass case blessed with holy water to contain its eerie presence.
Until the end, when she passed away in 2005, it is here that the doll's activity.
Next, we have a story that will make you question reality. Meet Pupa, the haunted doll. And Pupa has quite a history. Originally given to a child in the 1920s in Trieste, Italy, she stands 14 inches tall with a body made of felt and real human hair. Her journey spans continents, from Italy to the United States, back to Italy, across Europe, and back to the USA, always clad in her original blue felt suit. Pupa's original owner believed she was more than just a doll. She was a friend. She claimed Pupa spoke to her, even saving her life on occasion. After the owner's passing in 2005, strange events began to occur. Pupa, confined in a display case, allegedly moves objects, taps on the glass, and has even been seen walking inside her case, captured on video but mysteriously obscured whenever attempts are made to share it online. The family reports eerie occurrences, like words appearing on steamed glass and unexplained movements of the doll. Despite efforts, Pupa's current location remains unknown. Next, we delve into the haunting tale of Okiku, the legendary haunted doll from Japan. Unlike the familiar Western tales of Robert, Annabelle, and Chucky, Okiku emerges as a striking figure in the realm of the supernatural. In 1918, Eikichi Suzuki purchased Okiku for his 2-year-old sister while touring Sapporo. Standing at 40 centimeters tall, dressed in a traditional kimono with piercing coal-black eyes and raven-black hair, styled in a okappa cut, Okiku captivated all who beheld her. Young Okiku cherished the doll, treating it like a sibling, playing, feeding, and sleeping alongside it. Tragically, a year later, Okiku succumbed to yellow fever at just 3 years old. Despite the family's wish to bury Okiku with her beloved doll, circumstances prevented this, and Okiku remained a part of their household shrine. Over time, An eerie phenomena began to surround Okiku. Her hair, once neatly cut, mysteriously grew longer each year, now reaching past her waist with a disheveled appearance. The family and local spiritual leaders believe Okiku's spirit had become trapped within the doll, manifesting in flickering lights, strange voices, and other supernatural occurrences, especially around significant dates like Okiku's birthday and the anniversary of her death. In 1938, the family entrusted Okiku to Manenji Temple in Iwamazawa, Hokkaido, where she resides to this day. The temple's priests have confirmed the doll's hair growth through scientific analysis, revealing it to be human hair. Visitors claim Okiku's powers have intensified, with reports of her appearing in dreams and unsettling claims that her mouth is slowly opening, revealing what resembles baby teeth. Passed down through 4 generations, Joliet is said to house not just 1, but 4 souls. Anna G., the current custodian of Joliet, recounts the doll's unsettling manifestations. At night, Joliet allegedly emits cries resembling those of infants, all male, sometimes in unison, sometimes individually. These cries, haunting echoes of past tragedies, serve as a grim testament to the curse that binds the doll. The curse began with Anna's great-grandmother, who received Joliet as a gift during her pregnancy. Unbeknownst to her, the gift was laced with envy and malice, triggering a series of tragedies. Each generation of women in the family bore witness to the same heart-wrenching pattern. They would give birth to a son, only to lose him mysteriously after 3 days. Despite the sorrow it brings, the family believes the souls of those lost sons reside within Joliet. This belief has anchored the doll within the family, passed from mother to daughter, as a solemn duty to protect the trapped souls within. Anna herself has experienced the doll's eerie cries, now compounded by the voice of her own lost son. But what about an island adorned with hundreds of dolls, each with its own story and mysteries? The Island of Dolls, located in the canals of Xochimilco, Mexico City, is not your typical tourist spot. It was transformed in the mid-20th century by Don Julian Santana Barrera, who began hanging dolls around the island. Legend has it that Barrera did this to appease the spirit of a young girl he couldn't save from drowning in the waters nearby. He believed each doll he collected would protect him and ward off evil spirits. Since Barrera's death in 2001, the island has become a hauntingly popular destination. Visitors report eerie occurrences, dolls moving, whispering to each other, and even changing their expressions. Some say they feel a presence, as if the dolls themselves hold secrets from the past. Moving on to Mandy, the doll caused eerie disturbances at the Quesnel and District Museum. Mandy, originally donated in 1991, was too unsettling for her owner, who heard phantom cries echoing from the basement. Once at the museum, odd occurrences escalated. Lunches vanished from fridges and items disappeared without a trace. Visitors claim her eyes followed them, and cameras malfunctioned in her presence. And finally, the most famous doll of all time, Annabelle. In 1970, a student nurse received the doll, only to witness it behaving strangely. Claimed to be possessed by the spirit of a deceased girl named Annabelle, the doll exhibited malicious behavior, prompting the Warrens, paranormal investigators, to intervene and house it in their museum. Skeptics dismiss the Warrens' claims as sensationalism, but the legend persists, influencing films like the Conjuring series. And that's all we have for today's special episode. Now, if this video has scared you even a bit, then I don't think you should watch the video on your screen. Or should you?